Hi, Dr. Mancini here, and I'm going to answer another question from the meditation class. Now, if you were not at the class, we are going to have more classes coming up. Go to the class, come back, watch the video, it'll make a lot more sense. So, one of the questions that came from the class was, what is the connection between meditation and medication? Well, there's a lot of connections. Let me give you one of them, and it's based on a study. The study was done on antidepressants, and the bottom line is that the placebo group, the group that received the fake stuff, 80% of that group felt so strongly that they received the actual medication. They told the researchers they made a mistake. Now, they had such a level of belief, and the question is, how do you create that level of belief where you can literally change your internal biochemistry to match what you think you're taking? Well, realize that you have to get to a level that your level of belief overrides what you see, hear, feel, taste, touch, all your senses. Now, how do we do that? Well, first of all, I want to say we do it all the time. Have you ever gone to a movie, sat down, got into the movie, and it absorbed you so much, the director took you all throughout all the movie scenes and the experiences that you forget about your body, you forget about time, you forget about the environment. You are so absorbed, you're living in the movie, you're believing it. I mean, literally, you might break into a sweat, or your heart races, or you get really scared, or there's a romantic scene, you feel the experience of the romance or the violence. I mean, you are absorbed in it, and then all of a sudden at the end of the movie there's two words: the end. All of a sudden you break out of trance, you realize you're in the movie theater, and you go, that was a good movie. Realize that your environment and people around you are doing that all the time. They're taking your attention to all different places, and you're getting absorbed by it. We do that all the time. So this is nothing new. All I'm saying is we can start to train and condition this process so we can discipline our imagination, so we can start to create the internal chemistry of what we want, which connects to the placebo group in the antidepressant study, where you can get to such a level of belief that you can start to produce your own chemistry of what you want. And the practice here, as we talked about in the class, is you must get into the alpha brainwave state. Why? Because it makes the external environment less important, and your internal environment becomes much more of that theater, that 4D theater, that experience. And the only way to do that is you have to create the ritual of getting into that alpha state as often as you can, making it a ritual at least once a day. And from that practice, you'll start to touch that state more frequently, and then you can start to create. When I say create, you start to experience what you want. In other words, you have to start to feel that which you want. When you start to feel that which you want already has happened, your subconscious operating system starts to believe it. And that's the key word. It begins to believe it. And when the subconscious operating system begins to believe it, it will start to produce the biochemicals required to achieve that outcome. So, don't believe me, practice it yourself. When you practice it yourself, you own it, because the experience teaches much more than what I'm going to say to you. Now, if you have any other questions, feel free to email me or ask me the next time you see me in clinic. All right, thanks.